Please mute yourself. Okay. Aditya, Akshay Kumar, Fayaz, Kirti. Am I audible to you? Okay, Aditya. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning,
Okay.
sir.
Good morning.
Very good morning, sir.
Good. Tell to your friends to join. Only 13 members are there. 13, 14, 15. Okay, shall we start the class? It says, raise your hands. Chat. Hello. Hello. Hi. ಇದು one mistake. Okay. Okay, shall I start the class? Good morning, one and all.
Yes, sir.
As you know, I'm handling a subject for the third sem, that is industrial economics. Okay, industrial economics. So in this class, I will explain about introduction. What are the units are there? So totally you have 5 units. So this is an interesting subject. Okay, an easy subject. Okay. Subject name is industrial development. Sorry, industrial economics. So totally there are 5 units for you. Okay. So the first unit, it is about industrial development. Okay, first unit, it's about industrial development. So in first unit, we will study about meaning of industrial development. Okay, first is meaning of industrial development, and then we will study what are the factors influencing industrial development. Okay, first is meaning, second is what are the factors influencing industrial development, and as well as what are the factors inhibiting. Okay, what are the factors inhibiting industrial development? As well as we will study, he has given, study the concepts like, okay, concepts like public sector, okay, concepts like public sector as well as private private sector, joint sector, okay, public sector, private sector. Mute yourself, all of you. Hello, mute yourself. Okay, concepts like public sector, private sector, joint sector, as well as he has given study PP model. Okay, first only study about PP model, that is public. PP means public private partnership model. Okay, PP model, PPP model means public private partnership model. So this is about your first unit. In this first unit, we will study about industrial development. In that, meaning of industrial development, as well as what are the factors influencing as well as inhibiting of industrial development, as well as he has given study the concepts about. Means concepts about means we'll study about what is public sector, what is private sector, what is joint sector, as well as we will study about PPP model. PPP model means public private partnership. In exam, compulsory for 5 marks, he will ask or explain about factor influencing industrial development. Compulsory for 5 marks and PPP model for 15 marks. Compulsory will ask. Okay, this was about your first unit. Okay, first unit. We will study first what is industrial development. Means small brief. We will study what is industrial development. So the name itself it indicates industries we should develop. Okay, first unit was industrial development. Okay, the name itself indicates that we should develop our industries. So here what it says, industrial development means it is a process. Okay, industrial development means it is a process. Process means of establishing new industries. Okay, industrial development means it is a process of developing industrial development, as well as we should expand our business in other countries or as well as states. That is called as industrial development. Okay, this was a meaning. Okay, a short meaning of industrial development. Okay, what it says, industrial development means you can say it is a process. Process means of establishing or developing our new industrial units, where as well as we can expand our industrial units in other states or as well as in other countries. So this was a meaning. And one more, what we'll study, what it says, industrial development, it will study the growth of, okay, growth of, it may be medium industries, large industries, or tiny industries. Okay, it will study means it includes growth of all. It may be medium industries, large scale industries, or as well as tiny industries. Okay, this was the meaning of industrial. And one more, we have what are the factors affecting. What are the factors affecting? So what are the factors we can affect in industrial development? So there are certain points affecting factors, like we have economic factors. Suppose if you want to start any new industry, what are the factors affect to us? That is called as factors affecting. So in factors affecting, there are certain points, like we will study about economic factors. We have economic factors, we have social factors. Okay, we have economic factors, we have social factors, as well as we have what are the political factors, what are the political factors we are facing, as well as other factors. What are the other factors we are facing? We have government policies. We are facing like other problems like government policies or cleanliness. What are the other factors we are facing? So these I will explain in further classes in detail. Keep in mind, this is a compulsory question for 5 marks. He may compulsory he may ask for 5 marks. What are the factors affecting industrial development? Okay, understanding or not? Raise your hand. That much only. Okay. Next, he has given like certain concepts. Okay, he has told to study a certain concept. Okay, like he has told to study about what is public sector, what is private sector, what is joint sector. Okay, in first module itself only he has given to study about public sector, private sector, as well as joint sector. Okay, as you know, public sector means which is governed by public itself, means government. Here what it says, public sector. Okay, public sector means what? A business which is, okay, a business which is owned, okay, which is owned and managed by, okay. Public sector means a business or industrial unit which is owned as well as managed by either, we have two types of government, either it will be state government or we have central government. Okay, we have state government or as well as we have state government. That is called public sector. Okay, public sector means which is owned as well as managed by either state government or central government. Examples of public sector we call it NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation, which is situated in Kudgi, that is which is owned by central government. One more example, we have Coal Limited. So these are the examples of public sector. Okay, next comes private sector. Okay, then what happens? Private sector means a industrial unit. Okay, an industrial unit which is owned by, it may be a individual person. Okay, private sector means which is a business which is owned by an individual person, or it may be partnership. It may be partnership or it may be company. For that we call as private sector. Okay, for this example we can call it bank, or we have insurance companies. So these are the examples of private sector. Okay, next comes joint sector. Okay, joint sector means it is an industry, it is an industrial establishment which ownership, okay. Joint sector means it is an industrial establishment which is owned by public sector or as well as private sector. For that we call it joint sector. Joint means it's a business which is either as owned by private or public. For that we call it joint sector. For this example, for joint sector, Gujarat Fertilizer Company, it is a joint sector which is owned by private and public. Okay, that is called a joint sector. Understood the concept? This detail I will explain you in future classes. Okay, public sector, private sector, and joint sector. Okay, public means which is owned by state government or central government. Private means which is owned by, it may be individual, partnership, or companies. Joint sector means an industry whose ownership is shared by either state government, or sorry, either private sector or public sector. Okay, this was the first unit about introduction. Okay, we'll study about that is second unit. Okay, second unit is about industrial policy. Okay, second unit, it is about industrial policy. Okay, what happened before our India was under British rule? Okay, at that time the British have not made certain industry policies. They have not made any policies. After we got independent, okay, Indian government has taken some certain policies. Okay, certain policies they have set up. Okay, so in second unit we will study about industrial policy. Industrial policy meaning, its objective, and one more we should study industrial policy 1948, 1956 and 1991. Okay, industrial policy. In second unit we will study about meaning of industrial policy, its object, and we will study about industrial policy 1948, 1956 and 1991. So this was the first Indian policy, this was second policy, and this was third policy. And one more in that we will study about in second unit LPG. LPG information, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization in second unit. And one more certain concept we will study about e-banking. Okay, e-banking will study, as well as e-business and e-marketing. Okay, e-business, e-banking and e-marketing and e-payment. Okay, so this was the introduction about second unit, industrial policy. Okay, I mean industrial policy means it is a reference to the policy of government. Okay, industrial policy means it refers to the policy of government. Okay, which aims a systematic rules and regulations. Okay, which aims a systematic rules and regulations for the industrial unit. That is a simple meaning of industrial policy. Okay, next here one more concept, that is industrial policy 1948. So this was introduced in 6th April. Okay, industrial policy 1948, it was came into force in the 6th April 1948. So this was the first policy of 1948 of industrial policy. This was the first policy. Okay, the main objective of to implementing this 1948 policy was to establish, means to develop equal opportunities. Okay, to provide equal opportunity. This was the first objective of this 1948. Second was to develop employment opportunities. Okay, to develop employment opportunities. Okay, the first objective was to develop equality opportunities. Second, to develop employment opportunities. This was a short introduction about 1948. Next is 1956. So this policy was came under 30th April. This policy was came in their 30 April. So this policy was replaced by 1948. Okay, at that time in 1956, what happened? The Indian Constitution was framed. Okay, in the after 1956, when the policies have came, at that time our Indian Constitution has been framed. Like we have fundamental rights have been included, and one more adopted DPSP. Hope you know fundamental rights and DPSP, Directive Principles of State Policy. At that time, this was implemented in the year 1956. Okay. Next is Industrial Policy 1991. So this was announced. This policy was announced in the 24th July. 24th July 1991. The main objective of this policy is to remove restrictions on foreign direct investment. So the main objective of this policy was, okay, to remove some restrictions on foreign direct investment. Okay, understood. The second unit is about industrial policy, its meaning, its objective. Okay, and one more, we have given three policies we should study. The first policy is 1948, next is 1956, and third one is 1991. And one more certain concept has been added, that is LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. And one more concept we study about e-banking, e-business, e-marketing, and e-payment. So this was about your second unit. Okay, and coming to the third unit. Coming to third unit, the third unit, it is about industrial location. Third unit, it is about industrial location. So in third unit, we will study about what is the meaning of industrial location, and one more we have factor affecting location. Okay, meaning, and one more what are the factors affecting location, and one more localization and planned localization. Okay, and one more he has given two theories. In third unit we will study about two theories. One is Weber's theory, and this area is important. Weber's theory and Pulverized theory. Okay, Weber's theory and Lorentz theory. As you know, in first unit, industrial location. Location is what is the meaning of location? The location refers to the geographical. Okay, it refers to the geographical position of industry. Geographical position of industry. Okay, if you want to start any business, the location is very important. For best example, suppose if you want to start a petrol pump. Okay, suppose if you want to start a petrol pump business, the location is very important. Suppose if you want to establish a petrol pump industry, we will choose a location. How will choose the location? Means where there is a more number of movements of vehicles are moving. Okay, we choose the location where the movement of vehicles are moving. For best example, in Banjara Cross, we have Reliance petrol pump. How they are situated their location where the more number of movements of vehicles are moving. For this, the location is best. Location should be we should choose in a best manner. Suppose if you open a petrol pump in society, the business cannot run. For that purpose, you should select the first location. For that purpose only, this in detail we'll study about in this theory, Weber's theory and Florence theory. These two theories will tell us how to select a best location to starting any industrial unit. So these two theories are very interesting concepts. So I will tell in the detailing future classes. Okay. In third unit, industrial location. Okay, industrial location means geographical position of industry. Means if you want to start any business, first we should select the location. If the location is not correct, means our business cannot run properly. But for that example, I have told petrol pump industry, petrol pump. If you want to start any petrol pump means we should select a best location. How we select the location means we should see, if you want to start any petrol pump means we should see the where the more number of vehicles movement should be there. Then only people can see and attract and come get our business we can run. So this was about your third unit. Okay. Next is about fourth unit. Next, fourth unit is about industrial finance. Okay, fourth unit is about industrial finance. So in fourth unit in industrial finance, we will study about what is the meaning of industrial finance and what are the sources of finance. Okay, sources of finance are there, and we have corporate financial instruments, as well as we have some major financial institutions. Okay, some major financial institutions means where we can get finance. So certain banks names have this listed in detail. Okay, so first is finance. Okay, industrial finance means what happens. Finance is the lifeblood of economy. Okay, as you know, to start any business, finance is most important. If there is no finance, we cannot run any business or we cannot start any business. For that purpose, finance is most important. So finance is the lifeblood of economy. Okay, it is the lifeblood of economy. No sector in the economy can develop. Okay, no sector in the economy can develop without availability of adequate finance. Without adequate of finance. Sources of finance. Okay, sources of finance means we can get finance from two sources. One is short term. Sorry, the finance business is broad. The industrial finance is broadly categorized into two categories. One is short term finance and one more is long term finance. In any business, we require finance under short term finance as well as long term finance. Short term finance means purchasing of any raw material, purchase of any raw material, and suppose if you want to payment of wages, that comes under short term. Long term means constructions of buildings. So in industries, we require two types of finance. One is for short term and one is for long term. Short term means anything, if you have to purchase any raw materials or you have to make payment to the employees, we require certain other. Next is long term finance. Long term finance means construction of buildings or any purchasing machinery. We require long term finance. Okay, next comes sources of finance. Okay, where we can get a finance to start any business, where we can get a sources of finance. There are two sources of finance. One is internal and one more is external. External sources. Okay, sources of finance means we can get either from internal sources or we can get from external. From internal sources, we can get from equity share or from reserve. Okay, internal means within the organization, where we can get finance from within the organization. It may be from equity share or it may from reserve. External means outside the organization. We can get from public deposit or from bank. Okay. Two types of source. One is internal, one is external. From internal means within the organization, it may from equity share or from reserve. External means we can get from public deposit, bank or from debenture. Okay. Okay. These are sources. And one more, we have certain institutions. Okay. Certain bank institutions we have where we can get the industrial finance. So there are, for your syllabus, we have given certain institutions. First is IFCI. Okay. IFCI means Industrial Finance Corporation of India. These are the certain institutions. IFCI, we have IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India. We have Exim Bank, Export Import Bank. One more, we have Small Industries Development Bank of India. For syllabus, we have 5 institutions. One is IFCI, that is Industrial Finance Corporation of India. Second institution is IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India. One more. Third is Exim, that is Export and Import. Okay, Export and Import. And one more, we have SFC. SFC means State Financial Corporation. And one more, we have SIDBI, that is Small Industries Development Bank of India. So this was our introduction, small introduction about fourth unit, that is industrial finance. Okay. In that we will study about its meaning, its important sources, and some major financial institutions. Okay. Last we will study about fifth unit, that is in fifth unit we will study about foreign direct investment. Fifth unit is foreign direct investment. So in the fifth unit we will study about its meaning of FDI, that is foreign direct investment, its importance of FDI, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages are there, we will study. And one more, government initiatives and policies, what are the policies are introduced towards FDI. And we have foreign collaboration, as well as we study about joint venture, and we study about exim policy. So this is about the fifth unit, foreign direct investment, its meaning, its policies, and we will study about foreign collaboration, joint venture, and exim policy. Okay. This was a brief introduction about the subject, that is industrial economics. Okay. The first unit it is about industrial development, and second unit it's about we study about industrial policies. What are the policies are there? As I told, there are 3 policies: 1948 policy, 1956, and one more we have 1991 policy. And third unit will study about industrial locations, and fourth is about industrial finance, and last is FDI, that is foreign direct investment. So this was a brief introduction about this subject. Okay, if there is any questions, you can raise hand. Hello. If you have any questions, unmute yourself and ask the question. केसी, आदित्य, रेणुका, राहुल, पवन, किरण. Hello. Lakshmi Dharma, it is industrial economics subject. Unmute yourself and you can ask me a question if there is any doubt. There is any doubt, you can unmute yourself and ask. Kirti, Aditya, Renuka, Rahul, Pawan, Kiran, Akshay, Arun. If there is any doubt, ask me first. No doubt, Mahadev. Balu, Kiran. There is any doubt? If there is any doubt, unmute yourself. You can ask me the question. All of you. I am asking to you only, all of you. If there is any doubt, ask me.
No, sir.
Others? What about others?
No, sir.
Okay.
No
Mokshi,
doubt, sir.
Pawan, you have understood my introduction, all of you?
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Okay. Preeti, Priya, Rani, Ranjit has joined now. Sachin, Shilpa, Priya, Rani.
Hello,
Wait.
sir. You can
हाँ,
repeat, sir.
now, Sahana.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sahana, see, I'm handling a subject for a third, that is industrial economics. Okay, industrial economics. So totally we have 5 units. Okay, so in first unit we will study about industrial development. Okay, in that industrial development we will study certain meanings. We will study about certain factors, as well as we have given certain concepts like we study about what is private sector, what is public sector, what is joint sector. Okay, one more we have PPP model, that is private public partnership model. This was about the first unit. Okay, second unit is about industrial policy. It we study meaning of policy, and we have 3 policies. First policy of the 1948 policy, second is 1956 policy, and third is 1991 policy. In that, we will study about LPG. LPG means liberalization, privatization, and globalization. In detail, we will study. As well as he has given certain concepts like we study about what is e-banking. All of you know e-banking, e-business is there, and we study about e-marketing, as well as we study about e-payment, that is electronic payment. And third, it is about industrial location. Third unit is about location. Means if you want to start any business, first will select a location. For that, in that we study its meaning, its factor, and one more we have 2 theories. First is Weber's theory, and we have Lorentz theory. 2 theories. It is a compulsory, and it is the most important. 2 theories we will study. Weber and Lorentz theory. This was about your third unit. Fourth unit is about industrial finance. Means suppose you want to start any business, means where we can collect the finance. Okay, where you can collect. It may be from internal sources or it may be from external sources. Internal means within the organization. It may be equity share or it may be reserve. External sources means we can take from banks or we can public deposit. In fact, we have given certain institutions. Okay, means certain institutions we have given like IDBI Bank, we have Exim Bank, one more we have IFCI Bank. Certain 5 institutions we have given. In that, in detail we will study. And last unit, it is about foreign direct investment. FDI means foreign direct investment. In that, we will study meaning of FDI, its importance, its advantages, as well as it is disadvantages, as well as certain policies. What are the government policies are there according to FDI? That we will study. About joint ventures, we will study, as well as what are the exim policy, export-import policy, we will study. So this was a brief, short introduction about our subject. Okay, subject is industrial economics. Okay. Okay. Others, any doubts? Are understood?
No doubt, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Others reply me fast. Shivam, Shreya, Vidya, Megha. Any doubt? Any doubt? Okay.
Sir, no doubt, sir.
Others? Others are speaking.
No, sir.
No doubt.
Okay. Megha, any doubt? Vidya, Shreya,
No, sir.
Ranjit, Sachin, Shilpa, Shivam. If there is any doubt, in chat, raise your hand. Preeti, Pooja, Pawan Bhandari. When I am taking the name, please answer yes or no.
No doubt, sir.
Okay. Mahadev, no doubt. Guru Pujari, Jay. Okay. Should I end the meeting?
ಏನಾಯ್ತು
Okay.
ಹೋಲ್ ಬಿಡ್ರಿ ಅದನ್ನೇನ್ ಎಲ್ಲೈತಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ
Okay. Okay. Should I end the meeting? Hello. Okay, end the meeting.
Yes, sir.
Okay.